What's up, YouTube? HCJ here, and I have some exciting news. Not too long ago, there was a leak on the TCG, no, not TCG, on um, the Japanese Konami's Yu-Gi-Oh page, and it was a feature of 3 new Gravekeeper monsters, and they're supposed to be in Soul Fusion. Well, we have one of those monsters confirmed in name and effects. So we're going to read it right here, right now, and I'm going to go over exactly what my opinions are on this. So we have a fusion monster. We have, I am not going to pronounce that name in Japanese because I will butcher it. We have Gravekeeper's Esper. Kami Hakamori no Ino Ushia. Okay, I'm pretty sure I butchered it, so I do apologize. I'm not good at Japanese, and it's very limited. It's a level 7 Dark Spellcaster Fusion effect monster. So this is their first fusion monster. Now, I guess I'll tie that into what I think about it as a whole. So it is 2000 attack, 2000 defense. It needs for its material 2 Gravekeeper monsters. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. This card gains 100 attack and defense for the total level, original levels of the fusion materials times 100. If Necro Valley is on the field, this card and cards in the field zones cannot be destroyed by card effect. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. During the end phase of this turn, add 1 Gravekeeper monster or Necro Valley card from your deck to your hand. So this is pretty much a fusion-based boss monster. Because ironically enough, let's see, who are all the big monsters they have in the main deck? They have Gravekeeper's Oracle, Gravekeeper Shaman, and Gravekeeper's I say not Vassal. Is it Vassal? It's the big one, the level 8 that he tribute. It's not Descendant. And there's Ascendant Spy, Commandant, Recruiter. I think it is Vassal. No, Vassal is the little guy. That's the one that we all use on Duel Links. But I do remember there is a high level Gravekeeper. It's one of the big guys. But a lot of their monsters are main deck. So to have a fusion boss monster means they have a reason to go into extra deck. Now I don't exactly know how the whole fusion thing is going to work. Will they have to drop polymerization? I know a lot of people are probably going to look at it and question, am I willing to do polymerization? Not to mention, we still have 2 more other Gravekeeper monsters that haven't had their effects confirmed yet. Because the picture originally showed Gravekeeper's Esper, right here, who looks like an advanced version of Gravekeeper's Hecatrice. Because Hecatrice actually looks exactly like this. He has the staff, he has the hair. This is pretty much Hecatrice, so he must have had an update. So now he's Esper. He's Gravekeeper's Esper. So they're at least keeping a lot of the Gravekeeper mentality together. Like, they are pretty much the royal family that watches over the tomb. It's also said in the Japanese version of Necro Valley. Royal tomb where the royal family sleeps, Necro Valley. So they're pretty much the watchers of the grave of the High Kings. Now, as far as this effect goes, I think this is a pretty good effect for someone coming out the extra deck. You're gaining 100 attack and defense for the total original level of the fusion monsters used for its fusion summon. So, let's say we do use something big, like Gravekeeper's Oracle, Gravekeeper's, is it Commandant? No, Commandant. I know there's Gravekeeper's Chief. He's the level 5. But take those for instance. That's 800, and I believe that's a level 6. So that's 1400 additional attack and defense. It makes it 3400. So if you start using like big monsters, then you can easily build a good amount of attack and defense. Not to mention its second effect. While Necro Valley's on the field, this card and cards in the field zone can't be destroyed by card effect. So pretty much you're protecting your field spell from cards like MST. Well, it can't be destroyed by card, right? So yeah, MST. I guess the only thing to really get over is Cosmic Cyclone, because that doesn't. No, that destroys. No, it banishes. So I guess that's the only problem that y'all have, because that would probably be the only threat. But with a monster like this, you can protect itself and field spell, in your field spell, from being destroyed by, massive destruction effects. Like, the only thing that really can do something to it is if the effect says bounce or, the card says return or banish without destroying it. Now let's talk about the main phase effect. During your main phase, you can activate the effect to, at the end of this turn, add a Gravekeeper monster or one Necro Valley card. So pretty much it's a searcher at the end phase, where it can add any Gravekeeper card or any card with Necro Valley. So that access you to your counter traps, which I believe are Gravekeeper or Royal Tomb of Necro Valley. They have the other, I think that's the big one, because that's pretty much the Solemn Judgment. As long as if a Necro Valley and the Gravekeeper is on the field, I know. Well, we'll have access to all its Gravekeeper components: Recruiter, Spy, Descendant, Visionary. That's who I'm thinking of. Visionary, Shaman, Priestess, Guard, Oracle, Hecatrice, Assailant. So it's a pretty big range. Now, what does this do for the current meta? Probably nothing. Unless the list changes and it does something to the current game. Pretty much Gravekeepers are anti-meta, which isn't a bad thing. They still have access. I wonder what this would do for Royal Tribute, because Royal Tribute is one of their essential cards that has Necro Valley's name. So will they reprint Royal Tribute to say this card is treated as a Necro Valley card or a Gravekeeper card? Because that is sequentially can only be used when Necro Valley is in play. It was part of the reason why that card got hit, because of how good the deck was in terms of hand destruction. You wiped every card in your, I think you discarded every monster in your opponent's hand. You and your opponent reveal each other's hand to. It was revealed. Each player reveals their hand, discards every monster from their hand to the graveyard. So it essentially is another hand destruction card, which is why it's pretty much the only one that survived, because of Necro Valley being a field spell. But could it really? It leaves a lot of questions as could that card be reworded to have the text, this card is treated as a Necro Valley card, similar to how when a lot of the Archfiend stuff came, Summon Skull, the oldest Archfiend card, got reworded to where he had in his description this card is treated as an Archfiend card, as well as Acts of Despair, that got reworded to say this card is treated as an Archfiend card. And the reason why those cards particularly did get reworded like that is because in the OCG, it wasn't called Acts of Despair. It was called Demon's Acts of Despair, and he wasn't called Summon Skull. He was called Summon Demon. And because of translation, in how that situation goes, he had to be called Summon Skull, and that card had to be called Acts of Despair. And when the Archfiend stuff got printed, they reprinted Summon Skull and I think Acts of Despair in Yugi's collection when it came out, and that's how that had got reworded. So it could be a lot of possibilities of what could happen with the Gravekeeper support. It would scream we have a new anti-meta in worst case scenario, but it depends on how fast, how reluctant, and how much access it wants to have to its extra deck. Which I mean, if it wants to have an extra deck, it'll have to start running some Link monsters, which is okay, because by the time Solar Fusion comes out, we'll have access, in the TCG, we'll have access to the new Dark Link monster, Link's apprentice, and she only requires 2 dark monsters. And luckily enough, Gravekeepers have a ton of dark monsters in their arsenal. They have Earth, they have Dark, so they have access to Malice Radiant, they have access to your girl, Witchy's apprentice. I forget what her name is, but she's the little. She's going to be the Link monster to represent Dark attribute, and Hip Ho Shine Again is going to be the light variant. So we're really excited to see this. I want to know what you guys think about the new Gravekeeper fusion monster. What you think the impact will be for Gravekeepers, if any. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, you guys. HPJ signing out. Take care.